Good morning. Welcome to Storytime. Today we're going to continue reading from the It's All About Jesus Bible Storybook. So if you have a copy of this book, go grab it and come right back. And if you don't have a copy, that's okay. Just sit back and enjoy today's story.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I'm going to be reading your story time today. I'm reading Joshua and Caleb, which is based on Numbers 13, 1 through chapter 14, verse 38. It says, God told Moses, send men to scout out the land of Canaan. I am giving this land to the Israelites. Moses sent out one leader from each family tribe, just as God commanded. Moses told the men what to do. Go see what the land is like, and whether the people who live there are strong or weak, few or many. Moses had a lot of questions. Is this land good or bad? Are the cities they live in camps or forts? Is the land good for farming? Are there any trees? Moses told the men to be courageous. So the men went and scouted out the land. They traveled around the land for 40 days. They cut down a cluster of grapes in the valley and carried it on a pole. Then they went back to Moses, Aaron, and the Israelite community to tell them what they saw. It says, the land is good. It is flowing with milk and honey, they said. But the people living in the land are strong, and the cities they live in are large and well protected. Then Caleb, one of the spies, sent to scout out the land, said, we must go up and take possession of the land. We can certainly conquer it with God's help. But the other men disagreed. We can't go up against the people. They are stronger than we are. We looked like grasshoppers compared to them. The Israelites were afraid, and they cried all night. They thought Moses and Aaron had brought them to Canaan to die. The Israelites said, let's appoint a new leader and go back to Egypt. Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before the Israelites. Joshua and Caleb, who had both scouted out the land, tore their clothes and said to the Israelites, the land we explored is extremely good land. If the Lord is pleased with us, he will give it to us. Don't be afraid of the people living in this land. God is with us. The Lord spoke to Moses. How long will these people despise me? He asked. How long will they not trust me? God threatened to destroy all the people, but Moses said, please forgive the wrongdoing of the people. I know you're great, faithful, and loving. God replies, since you have asked, I will forgive them. But none of them who despised me will live to see the promised land of Canaan. Since Caleb and Joshua had followed God completely, God decided to let them enter the promised land. God said that the Israelites who did not trust God would face consequences for their sin. They would wander in the wilderness 40 years, and they would not enter the promised land. All of the spies who went to scout out the land died, except for Joshua and Caleb. Of Joshua and Caleb, and at the beginning it said Christ connection. And the Christ connection is that Caleb and Joshua trusted God. God planned for Joshua to lead the next generation of Israelites into the promised land. Joshua was not perfect, but his faithfulness reminds us of Jesus, who is perfect. Jesus obeyed the Father and trusted his plan to save people from their sins. And then there's a question on this page that says, do you think it was hard for Joshua and Caleb to trust God? How is it hard for you? How did Jesus show you he trusted the Father? So, thank you for listening.
Those are some good questions that Miss Nicole asked. How can we know how to obey and trust God? Well, we can look at someone who was perfect and always obeyed and trusted God. Do you remember who that was? Yes, Jesus always obeyed and trusted God, and he knew and trusted in God's plan to save us from our sins. So we can look to Jesus and live as he lived. So, if you want to do a craft to go with today's story, remember to check out our guide for kids on our website. We hope you come back for story time next week. Bye!